Alright, so today we are going to make our pineapple mint newbie green juice, which is the green juice we like to start out newbies to juicing because sometimes when you first try green juice, it doesn't taste that great and it might deter you from doing the whole green juice thing. I remember when I first had green juice, I was all excited to have it, and it was absolutely disgusting when I first tasted it, and that's because I followed a recipe that had very little fruit and almost all vegetables. It was a kale recipe. Kale has a very strong taste, so if you're not used to drinking green juice, it might be kind of hard to get used to. So we're starting you out with a green juice that has more fruit, and we're going to slowly kind of get you used to, like, taper it down.
So this recipe that we're making has 60% vegetables and then 40% fruit, which is what we want to gradually get you used to, like the strong vegetable taste of kale. We want to get you down to 80-20, 80% vegetables and 20% fruit.
Right, so we're starting you out at 40% fruit, 60% vegetables. Then our junior varsity green juice is going to be 30% fruit
and 70% vegetables.
And then eventually you will graduate to the varsity green juice, which will be 20% fruit, right?
Yeah, and it's still really good. But I think for beginners, it's nice to gradually get there rather than all of a sudden drinking the 80% vegetables. 20%
and
fruit.
this green juice we're going to be doing with pineapple and mint, which is just,
it's going to be really good.
It's going to be really delicious. So we're going to start out
with the spinach.
So what you're going to do, we have our Omega juicer, and we're just going to turn it on. And basically, how much spinach does the recipe call for?
So we need 4 cups of spinach, so just kind of guess.
We're going to kind of eyeball it, so let's say
like a big handful would be about 1 cup.
That's about 1 cup.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to stuff that in there first a little. So actually, I did not go about this the right way. The better way of doing it is actually to kind of roll it up. Like, roll it up like that, and that's better to get it in there. Okay, so we just finished doing our spinach, and now we're going to add, how many apples of one?
Just 1 green apple.
1 green apple.
So we've already cut that up, and you want to cut it so it's pretty thin and it will fit through the juicer.
So another thing with juicing, you want to slowly push it through. Juicing is a very slow process.
Yeah.
So we recommend put some music on.
Yeah, just relax and take your time, because if you try and rush it, then it gets stuck and then you have to kind of start over.
Yeah, then you get more work. So
just kind of slowly do it.
Yeah.
Alright, so we just juiced 1 green apple, and now we're going to add in 1 cucumber. And the same thing, you're going to want to cut it so that it'll fit through the little hole. So.
Yeah, another thing to keep in mind, your strainer on your juicer, every once in a while, you're going to want to clean it out. So like it gets kind of full. Now, let me turn this off for a second so you can see it. I'm going to hold it over this. So you can see it kind of gets filled. So usually what we do is over the juice.
Just kind of swish it around, get the juice out.
We just kind of go like that. Do it with a spoon or a knife or whatever. And then if it gets really clogged up, you might want to just take it under the sink and really rinse it out. So,
so we're going to go ahead and juice 1 cucumber and 4 celery stalks.
Okay. And just remember again to slowly, like the cucumber I feel always gets stuck, so just do it really slow. So go like that. Same thing with the celery. Okay, so it's starting to get full. So
this container right here that has the juice is full.
And we have our 3 mason jars. So I'm just going to turn this off and we're going to empty it out. And I'm going to set this here so it catches anything.
And give the extra juice.
So we're just going to stir this up so you can see.
And then she's just evenly dividing the juice between these 3 mason jars. And we're still missing our mint and our pineapple, but since this is getting full, we want to empty it out to make room for those juices. Okay, so I'm just going to set these aside.
And then we're going to add our mint, which is just like a handful of mint, and this is just going to give it a really refreshing
Yeah, it really just
flavor.
makes it fresh and it's a good taste, so you
Yeah.
want the mint in there.
Alright. So what you
While
can
she's
do,
putting that in there, I'm going to start cutting. We're going to put half a pineapple in there.
push that in there. Oh wow, that went really fast. Hopefully it doesn't get stuck. So another thing we recommend is following like the herbs or the spinach with something to kind of get the juice out.
So that would be like your ginger, parsley, mint, those things that you really just put a small amount in there.
You want to follow it up with the apple, so you don't want to do it last. Like let's say we added this mint last, we wouldn't really be getting
All the juice.
all the juice out of it. We want something to push it through. Okay, so we're just going to push that through, and that will help get the mint in there.
Yeah. And so we're just
Slowly.
going to go ahead and juice this.
So the pineapple mint has been juiced now, and we're just going to stir it really good, like that. And you can see that pineapple made a ton of juice, and that's all green because of the mint. And we're just going to divide it amongst those 3 jars evenly. You can see it didn't fill up the entire mason jar. It probably would do 2. We like to put it in 3 mason jars just because more servings. So this one gives you about 300 milliliters. How much is it?
So in this case, you could either just juice some more stuff to fill it up completely, or if you have a smaller mason jar, because in terms of storing it, you're not going to want a lot of air in there.
Yeah, so
So-
maybe divide this one amongst the 2.
Yeah.
So we're just going to have 2 of them now. So wait, we should stir it first. Hold on a second. Because we just mixed it up.
Mix the pineapple and the
Okay,
spinach.
so we've
and
got our newbie juice here.
It's looking really green, but let's try it out. It's really good.
That is really good. And just another thing for you newbies out there, newbies to juicing, there's a certain way that you're supposed to drink green juice,
Yeah.
and it's kind of weird, but basically it's to kind of generate
The
the
saliva.
saliva in your mouth to help break down. And
Digest it.
so what you do is you drink some of it and you kind of make that chewing motion with your mouth as you juice it, or you can swish it around.
Yeah.
So like we're going to demonstrate right now.
And you don't have to make it super obvious, just kind of like swish around a little bit and swallow. And she
Yep.
did it for a long time, but
Yeah.
just a little bit will help.
Mhm.
So that's it. That's our pineapple mint newbie green juice.
This is so good. It's
Yeah.
like so delicious. Like honestly, I like crave this all the time. It's
Yeah.
just
It's good stuff. I could like finish the whole thing right now.
me too. All right, we'll see you next time, and hope you enjoy your green juice.